Blah blah. I think you already answered that one. Oh, how did you and Team Cherry feel when the game first blew up? Like, oh, first Hollow Knight game.
Um, I think the first blow up was the Steam Summer Sale of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Like we the game was doing very well by then. I think it hit 100,000 units sold in early June. Was it June or July? I don't remember when that summer sale was. Let's just say it was early June. And
Sure.
we hit 100,000 units, and so then they reached out to us because we had, I think, nearly 500,000 wish lists or something like that, and that they wanted to feature us and recommended we do a percentage off large enough to get the game under $10. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so at the time I was focusing on localizing the game, and so since that opportunity came, we were like, okay, we gotta get these other languages in before um, we're featured on Steam. And so there was a mad rush to get. Um, there was like 4 languages I think we were trying to add at the time, and get them all in and tested. So we did like a quick release, maybe 3 days or something before we knew we were going to be featured, and then fix those
Mm-hmm.
issues and put out an update. I think the day before. So I don't know if you can't tell really if that makes a difference, but the Steam sale itself, I think we sold over 300,000 units in a week
Damn.
or something like that.
Jeez
And
Louise.
yeah, so I learned that the summer sale is very important that year.
Yeah, Steam Summer Sales are quite the highlight in the internet community. So,
Yeah, yeah. You always, it's the data. You always have that feeling, but then when the data is thrown in your face to that kind of degree, you're like, okay,
we're
you
famous
know.
now. Haha.
Yeah, it was a big. That's huge because uh, people already, my approach to marketing, and I thought this was some kind of secret wisdom, but I think I'm learning now that this is basic marketing stuff. I didn't go to school for marketing or anything like that. I'm actually majored in philosophy. Um,
Oh, that's that's pretty cool, actually. Damn, a
yeah,
philosopher among us. Hmm. Okay.
yep. So I pride myself on thinking outside of the box and solving problems because of that. But they, with marketing, my approach was just make sure people see the game in a positive way more than once. And whether that's they see someone playing it on Twitch and enjoying it, and then they see it again on sale, that's like 2 positive ways. Or they see it on a YouTube video, or it gets recommended to them, or they see a review plus they saw someone playing it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's basically like I just do everything I can. I mean, it's word of mouth essentially, but um, the focus is not to get them to see it once, but twice. Like you go for that, and I don't know. It's working so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's gonna happen with the second one as well. If it's, I mean, like from the quality, I assume it's going to be on par, if maybe not even, maybe even better. And I
hmm
assume maybe a few bigger YouTubers might take their big eyes upon these, upon that little game, or well, what little is a bit of a term now. I would say like this, well, already quite popular game. That as soon as they might cover it, then it's going to be a growth spurt among the ranks of the people who adore this franchise. So I assume that's. I talked about that one with CC Makai a few episodes ago. That is on the one hand super exciting because it means tons of new people who are coming into the fandom, tons of new people supporting Team Cherry, more money towards them, more support, more fan stuff like drawings, music, maybe even spin-off games or something. Like I
Yeah.
now at times like for Hollow Knight, like there's been like I've been invited to like at least three different fan project Discord servers, and like two of them are dead now, but like um, one of them is still continuing. So that's always very exciting to see. And I think for Silksong, that thing is only going to get amplified. So it's also kind of scary, but we'll just have to wait and see how it goes, I assume.
Yeah, it's I have a before we launched Hollow Knight, I knew the game could be a success. I knew it could be a big hit, but you never know if, at least at that point in time, it was like, okay, I got everyone to play Stardew Valley, which I didn't expect to be able to do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like, will I be able to pull this off with Hollow Knight? And I had doubts because the Switch launch was like a week after we launched the game. I wanted to launch the game a month later, but
Uh-huh.
um, we just, when you run out of funds and you're under pressure to get the game out, it was in a good place. We just didn't have the Mac and Linux, and we wanted to add. I think I was hoping to push it back a little bit to avoid the Switch launch, plus have Mac and Linux ready
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. But it worked out, and now we've now now that we assume the game is popular and people are looking forward to it, I've got to get creative and come up with other ways to make Silksong and Team Cherry a story. Like, for instance, revealing that Silksong was going to be a whole game instead of DLC was like a big thing for us.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
I would argue that was the biggest indie news of that year. Although some people might argue um, the Cadence of Hyrule was a bigger reveal, and I wouldn't fault them for that at all, because that was a huge event for indie games to have Necrodancer be turned into a
Mm-hmm.
Zelda themed title. But then with the riddles, that was something that was pretty unique, and
Got lots of
so
reporting from like magazines as well, from what I've seen. They
yeah,
did some
I'm
digging and
like
stuff. Yeah.
like I said, we don't contact them at all. So the point is to make make a story about your game that they won't be able to pass it up.
Yeah.
Like some kind of angle, I guess, or something that a story about, like, for Stardew Valley and for Undertale, a big part of their stories was that they were like a lone developer,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. That it goes a long way to set yourself apart. Hmm?
Okay. Mythreel back again. um, what else was I going to say? I think. Well, yeah. Now the whole time pressure stuff is obviously gone from Silksong, and I think funds should be no problem. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how that differs from the original Hollow Knight's release. I think I don't remember who exactly said that it's not as rushed. I think it was Greg or something. I would think he said something like that, or along the lines of that. That it's the whole time pressure stuff, or the game being a bit rushed is not going to be a problem for the second one, for the sequel in quotes. Uh, and so yeah, I have to say
There's
sequel in quotes because people I tend to have a few prequelist subscribers, so I have to dodge that bullet.
oh boy, the
Yeah.
prequel cultist, the cult of prequels out there.
Well, you use the word coldest. Okay, that's a okay, interesting. I might read too deep into that one.
Prequel cult. No, we we were. Was at E3 going, hey, it's a sequel, and then uh, I got chewed out by Team Cherry. Like, hey, don't say that. It's like, what?
Ouch, though.
Like, no, it's not a sequel. At least we haven't said anything like that. It's the next game. And so then, of course, the
Yeah,
next day I had to correct. Like, okay, I was
that
wrong.
really grinds my gears. Yeah, that's probably the one thing I think which didn't make my job easier. But yeah, Sure. I guess I guess it's an open, diverse space. Like everybody has their little story to tell. Everybody has their little ideas about this game. So hey, if you're subscribing to that theory, I can't tell you you're wrong, but I wouldn't necessarily call you correct either, good sir. But again, yeah, I guess it's just it makes more sense like from a standpoint that Team Chair would just be like, hey, it could be correct, which is also the attitude that the whole Hollow Knight Discord has anyway. Well, I mean, it could happen, it could be
Yeah.
possible,
Well,
but
yeah,
I mean,
you don't want
yeah,
to back yourself creatively into a corner if you don't have to. So, I mean, from their perspective, they were probably like, "No, we don't want to put a button on that because
yeah,
you never know at the time. They might have decided prequel or sequel, who knows?" But from a marketing perspective, you certainly don't want to end a conversation that's an active, passionate discussion with fans. You want people talking and continuing to talk. If you
yeah.
can, and if you can let it go, just let it go.
Even though prequel versus sequel debates have, I would say, reached quite of a meme tier.
Oh, have they?
Pe- At least I feel that way. I mean, there are still some serious debates, of course, and I think especially like in the Mossback Discord and stuff, where people, uh, I wouldn't say they're a bit more lower on the lower level. I would just say the discussions are a bit more.
Animated.
Yeah, I'm trying to word this so that I, on the one hand, don't offend people who are in the Mossback Discord, and on the other hand, don't like shit on the mods in the Whole Night main Discords. I'm just gonna say that discussions there are a bit more open. Not that the ones in the Whole Night main Discord are closed off or something, but they're a lot more like somebody throws something into a room and it's like either a mod or like the people who fucking I don't know studied the lore on university and stuff that they just come in and then here's a wall why you're wrong and then that thing is set.
Mm.
Not that I don't mind that because I tend to avoid useless discussions, but in other discords from what I've seen it's a bit more open. Not that that's a bad thing again, please don't quote me on that, please don't report me, but that's just the way I feel.
Nah, I'm not going to report you.
Oh well, thanks,
We,
hombre.
we like to let the communities to do their own thing. I mean, if you guys, everyone should manage their own community, and that's fine by us. You know, no one's forcing anyone to go into any
Yeah,
community. We're not out there saying this is the official Hollow Knight Discord community that we look at or anything like that. You know, we try to just participate in the ones we can,
mm-hmm.
and that's really it. That's community management. Like I said earlier, it's just not a part of what we're interested in doing.
Makes sense. Yeah, definitely. Don't want to divert your sweet time away to other meaningless stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the obvious. That's the more, I would say, obvious benefit to a small team is it's a distraction.
yeah,
I mean, if for anything else, to me that's enough. But I
exactly.
think also marketing wise, it's better to have people discussing and even arguing.
It makes
Uh,
things more lively. Yeah, I do admit.
yeah, if you guys had all the answers, no one would be talking about it.
Yeah,
it would,
I guess that's
it
fair.
would
Yeah,
just be it would just be on a page and people would look it up, and then there would be no community.
and we wouldn't have such awesome content on YouTube. Haha.
Yeah, you take the good with the bad. I guess there's pros and cons to everything, but you
Oh
know.
yeah, I've definitely seen some of the cons. Yeah. Well, dark parts, my friend. Well,
Oh boy.
Folly from Farloom asks, where did the nickname Leth come from?
Oh, do I have to answer every question? This isn't a AMA necessarily. It's
No, you don't.
like
You can
I could
just
say
say
no.
Uno, skip that question. But sure.
Uh, yeah. I'll explain where it came from, but I won't go into too much
You
detail.
can, yeah, you can do in the shady terms. That's completely fine with me.
Yeah, classic Leth, people might say. No, it's an abbreviation. Is that the right term for it? It's a shortened version of a character name, an elf character for my Dark Ages of Camelot. Uh, my character on Dark Ages of Camelot, an old MMO. It was like
hmm
this really long elven name, and it was completely ridiculous and difficult to pronounce, so I just shortened it to Leth as I started to gain some notoriety in the game making or game development scene. I was like, this isn't gonna work. I better shorten it.
Buddy,
So yeah, and
it's
then
good to know.
I joined Twitch as call me Leth, like with underscores instead of spaces, because Leth was taken,
hmm
and it's difficult to get Leth anywhere. It's like a surprisingly common name. So, but a Twitch moderator saw that I was a game developer. Some the the Twitch streamer was playing Risk of Rain at the time, and he
Pew,
was
you're
like, "Hey,
promoted.
man." He reached out to me and said, I can get you Leth if you want." I was like, "Hell yeah!"
I can
So
get you that one.
yeah, so now whenever a new website appears, it's like Patreon showed up. I immediately went and nabbed um, my account, stuff like that. Try to
Stolen.
get in front of everybody. Well, now I've revealed what I do. Now everyone's gonna go steal my name everywhere. So, I'll have to change names.
Yes,
But yeah,
Left fan accounts. Haha.
yeah. So that's all it was. It was a shortened version of a MMO character.
Yeah. Well, good to know. Your
Do you guys
favorite
even
indie
know?
game?
Do you even know Dark Ages of Camelot? No one
Uh,
knows this.
I mean, if I were a fan, I probably would have been like, ooh, I know that one. But
It's before your time, maybe.
yeah, probably too young. Well, I don't know if Mythreel has gathered any intel on that one, but I can
Nah.
safely say for me, I mean, Dark Ages of Camelot.
Hopefully, someone in the comments will be like, "Oh my god, that game!" Yeah.
That one guy from the 1990s. Hey, I know that one.
No, nobody knew who I don't mean anyone knew who I was in the game. It's just I wonder if people even know of the game at this stage. We'll see. There's
Next,
like
we're
a
going to have
post.
a flood of people thinking they're gonna find some deep, intricate stuff there. So, hey.
It was a cool game. It had like three different factions. It had faction PvP where you like try to take over each other's cities and stuff. It was pretty
Okay.
intense.
It sounds like it, yeah. I assume, yeah. What was I? Oh yeah. Menderbug, haha,
Oh
asked
no.
asked, what is your favorite indie game besides Hollow Knight? You can't say Silksong. That's cheap if you would do that. So,
um, besides Hollow Knight,
mhm, mhm.
favorite indie game probably Risk of Rain.
Oh, the new one, like the
Uh,
thing. I think
no,
Carpenter review one. Or
the
no?
original, but I just started playing Risk of Rain 2 like last week.
Uh
I
huh.
got a key from the guys. So I'm still friends with them. But I worked on the original and then just like I fell in love with the game. That game kind of opened my eyes to the whole roguelike genre. So now I just can't get enough of those games in general.
It's cool. So guys, you can now update your Leth lore document or whatever you're working on. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Have you ever considered making a Hollow Knight manga or anime? I have to say to that question that came from Taco, which I didn't expect like at all. Uh,
What? Uh, wait, what? Say that again.
a manga or anime from Hollow
Oh,
Knight. I mean, you did a comic, so hey, those aren't far off.
Yeah, um we've been contacted by some companies wanting to make other media of Hollow Knight, like whether it be a cartoon or show or comic book or what
Mm-hmm.
have you. I think that it usually comes down to Ari just not. I don't know. I understand this. I think it was basically like we don't want to corporatize
The
the.
franchise, or
Yeah, not too much.
mm-hmm.
We have some fan service in the merch and plushes and stuff
The
like
book.
that. But the book, yeah, the book was a big. I mean, that was a fight.
Really?
The fan gamer wanted us to make a lore book and an art book forever, and the fans do. It was highly, people contact us about all the time. We're going to get a art book or what have you, and it just was kind of like we don't have, we just can't do it. We don't have the time to do that. So then we ended up making kind of a mixture of the two. In essence, I mean, a little bit. It's more like a
Mm-hmm.
strategy guide with a lore twist to it. Trying to keep it
I would have bought
like
it, but the sending costs and stuff like transport, that was for my poor German home a bit too much. Because I'm mostly throwing out all my money anyway for history books and philosophy stuff, so I can't really afford it anymore. But if I someday have the funds, then surely I could take a look at it. Um,
the Wanderer's Journal.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's different. It's like it's kind of like a strategy guide, but without the numbers. And it just kind of explains everything. And we try to put some hints in there, but make it like a character in the world would say it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we also it's it was we just didn't think, since we didn't want to give away lore and we didn't have enough art to make an art book. We were just kind of like, what kind of book could we make? And so we
Both.
finally came. We kind of came, Fangamer and Team Cherry kind of worked together to come up with it, because the Wanderer's Journal, where it's just like, it's almost like a encyclopedia of Hollow Knight knowledge in a way, but
Mm-hmm.
told from a perspective of a character in the world.
I applaud to that originality. I must concur. That is well done. Applause. I have to recall playing applause in the background. Um, Extra asks, have you been enjoying your time working with Team Cherry? I think you already said that they're great guys to work with, but they also asked, if so, what has been great? I don't know if you've got any specific stuff, or if just in
Well, we
general it's
just
been all good.
yeah, they work very hard, which I can appreciate. They're funny. Uh, we had like an inside joke at one point, because we announced that God, at the time it was called Gods in Glory, was going
Oh
to be
yeah.
launched early 2018 or whatever it was, and that ended up being like our password for the beta in June, or something. It was like, I was like, please tell me that our password's going to be early 2018, boys, or something, and it was. It was like, we ended up kind of riffing on ourselves for missing our own deadline. So having a sense of humor is good, and but the biggest thing is, since the trust is there. Like, I mean, I'm a guy that is across the world from them.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
so thankfully I had sort of what you might call like the pedigree to for them to immediately trust in that. I wasn't some shyster over in America trying to take advantage of their game or something. But they give me a long leash to work with. You know, I can just go pursue opportunities, and then if something's coming along and I'm like, hey, this could work, you know, I let them know, and sometimes they say no, sometimes they say yes, and it's like, but it, you know, there's no pressure. It's really nice
That's
to
cool.
know that they have my back and I have theirs. It makes things easy.
Yeah, that's that sounds like a good relationship with your boss. So,
Yeah.
coolio. The Toby again. Was your job easier or harder than you first expected? I think that kind of went into what you already said now, just a second ago. But I mean, I don't know if you.
Well, I would say it's been harder than I expected when I joined the team, but that's just because I've had to learn to do more things since joining the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, um, getting like creating a localization team. Like I have a team of translators that I work with now on multiple games, not just Team Cherry games. And it's like before I joined them, I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any experience working on translating games. So I've kind of expanded what I can bring to a team because of that. So I mean that benefits me, but it was extra work and it was very stressful. It's always stressful, kind of branching off into a new area, like a
I
new
assume
market.
yes. I
Uh,
assumed as much.
yeah, and when you're working on a game that's popular, that adds to the pressure to make sure it's done right. So you know, we went through a different couple different approaches with translating, like working with a company, and then it turns out the translations weren't very good.
Mm-hmm.
So we switched gears, and went towards finding people who are fans of the game, who are passionate about translating. And you know, you get enough people who are like, yeah, well, I'm taking this or that degree, which is for translating, and I'm a fan of your game. It's like, okay, let's try this person. So yeah, at this point, I got like a team of experts who work faster, cheaper, and better than the companies that that we were told to go with, you know. So
Good.
that's just one element. I mean, the merch side was another thing, and you know, those are probably the big things that were new. I hadn't really done that before, but yeah, anytime there's like a new thing they want me to look into, I'm like, I got to go learn it. You know, like, okay, here we go. Like if
Yeah.
they were to ask me, okay, hey, Matt, we want to, we're thinking about a Hollow Knight board game. You know, they saw this Reddit post about a board game. You know, like, can you look into it? It's like, oh, great. Now I got to go learn a whole new field of gaming and marketing and this. You know, it's
Truly
like,
the epic gameness of board
yeah,
gaming.
yeah. There's people who just like that's all they do is that one job, and you want me to do that plus video game plus localizing plus beta testing, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't mind. I have the time to do it. You know, I have time to work on my own game, so it's like I got time right now. I can go learn a new field and see if we can expand the company. Sure, let's go for it.
Coolio. I think I said coolio like 15 times now, so I gotta think of something new to say. Oh, I think I forgot someone. Purple
I got
Toaster,
a
yeah. Oh yeah, hey,
I
you're
got
back.
yeah. I got a meme question.
Oh,
A
Um,
meme question.
a meme question. Yeah, it's
Okay.
uh, have you heard of LaceNet?
Next question.
oh dear, yeah. Let's move on from that one.
Yeah, I mean at least we have the same idea about them. They're not really good people.
I guess I think we had a bit of that one earlier that we can't tell people what to think and what not to think, but
Yeah,
just that we
yeah.
all have our personal convictions and beliefs. So hey, if that's your type, hey, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just gonna don't vote it on Reddit, but yeah.
Well, those kinds of things. I mean, they don't bother us. They're it's a sort of a like a field of every popular game.
Yeah.
You know, is gonna branch out into other
Fields.
communities. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's actually, in a way, it's the marker that you've achieved success. Without going into too much more details on what we've seen about.
Yeah,
about,
no. We're cool with that one. That as an answer is completely satisfying to me. I was supposed to ask you what your favorite type of cheese is from Purple Toaster, so I don't know if you have any specific one.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese, it is, okay.
With I would say camembert, like warm, like melted camembert is up there, but blue cheese is something that, like, I don't know, as I got older, I'm losing taste buds or something. Everything that tasted nasty when I was a kid is all of a sudden amazing.
Yeah, I had that too. I had that with fish sticks or something, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, when you're a kid, you're like, that's disgusting. And then 20 years later, you're like, this is amazing.
I love this now. Nice.
So blue cheese has kind of rocked my world. Like I never knew. It's like good on salad, good on steak. Blue cheese dressing or the crumble, or on bread, but with bread and butter, like warm, cold, whatever. It's pretty versatile cheese. I was impressed by it.
Okay, so we know for a good healthy meal, some Oreos and some
I don't know if it's healthy, but
cheese sandwich. Just for the next time, if we ever shall meet, then I come prepared.
Yeah. Bring a block of blue cheese, and we'll be good friends.
Yeah, sure. No problem. No. Mythreel, have you got one or?
Yes, I do.
Good.
So, Postalona on Twitter asked, do Leth and Team Cherry ever see our animations/comics/mods that we have created as a community? If they have, did they like them?
I think I see most of that stuff, and I'll pass it on to the team if I really like it. But they also sometimes post their own thing, or at least a year ago when they were less busy, they would be like, "Did you see this?" And we do have kind of in our work chat, I guess. There's a general channel where the testers are still in there and translators and stuff, and they'll pop stuff in there, like artwork that fans do. And I mean, that's how we see it.
The elite Discord. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how we find a lot of the fan art that we would feature in our blog posts and stuff. It's like popping in there. But I imagine Ari probably kind of, I don't know. I never asked him how he finds the stuff that he features, so maybe that's something I need to ask. I would be better prepared to answer that kind of a question. But
hey, all is fine, all is cool.
But on Twitter, I have, on TweetDeck, I've got a Silksong feed, so I'm seeing a lot of that stuff that comes through there.
Goody.
I mean, fan arts and everything like that. I love liking and reposting fan arts, especially when we were doing those reveals. It was amazing how fast people put stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't help but retweet it. It's exciting.
Yeah, some of the stuff is quite cool. Others is a bit more exotic from what I've seen. A lot of the stuff that I don't know how to say it. A lot from the stuff I've seen is a bit out of the field, but I appreciate the diversity in all of the content that's on this.
Well, we had one that nearly led to us partnering with McFarlane Toys to produce a figurine.
Oh,
like
really?
they saw people do 3D fan arts of Hollow Knight, and one of them was like a Dark Souls version of Hollow Knight. You might remember that one. It was like a really grim and like gruesome looking knight figure, like he would appear in a Dark Souls type of game. And then there was another one that was more more basic, and they were so super popular, like tons of shares and likes on Twitter. So then McFarlane was like, "Hey, what's up? You want us to make this for you?"
Looks like capital.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that didn't work out in the end.
Well, I mean, that's just the way it is, I assume.
Sometimes, yeah.
What is your unbiased opinion about whether Silksong is a sequel or prequel? Or can you not answer that one? I don't know.
I love how
Unbiased was
loaded
in
that
quotes,
was.
so
Yeah.
you could have written just like your perspective as a fan.
Well, all I will say is at the time when I said it was a sequel, it was because I thought it was a sequel.
Okay.
That was at E3 of what, 2019 or something, and that was when I got corrected.
One of the earliest sequelists of the fandom. That's quite fascinating, to be honest. I started my trend only a few months ago, so...
Okay. Yeah, but of course there's that whole, like, how do you reconcile the end, like, the endings of the first game? That's the hurdle that the sequelist has to reconcile.
Well, we've got a few walls for that one, chap, so...
Oh, really? Okay, here we go.
I would tell them, but
I'll have to read those over.
Told my good friend and personal colleague, Relier, in a live stream we sure did with a few other YouTubers, and I already gave my personal opinion on the whole matter. So if you're interested in that one, check that one out in the description below. Link is down there. So
yeah, I believe I watched that video, and there was like one prequelist on the panel.
Well, it was Relier, so.
Oh, okay. That's right. He was like the first to be like, I believe prequel, and then everyone else was like sequel.
Yeah, that become kind of a meme as well. Kind of a channel meme, yeah, I must admit. Without going into any attacks, my good friend Relier, if you by chance see this video, know that I don't mean to attack you, my friend.
Nah, he's great.
He's cool, yeah.
Good guy.
Indeed he is. So, did I have anything else? Mythreel, did you have anything else, or?
No, I don't have any more questions.
Okay, so that one died. That one died off. Well, we've got a few normie questions, but I don't know how important they really are. I mean, I have to kind of manage. We already had that one. That one's not going to get answered.
Okay. I still have one.
Okay, then you do that one first. I can check if I find something else.
Yeah. Gothier, a Hollow Knight YouTuber who does Silksong fan-made music, asks, "What's your favorite music in Hollow Knight?"
Sealed Vessel is my favorite.
Some specific reason for it, like the somberness or the pace, or
Yeah.
just the sound of it, or?
Well, I'm a big metalhead, and I like progressive metal. I play guitar, and I love that dark music and kind of music that makes you feel like you're lost or mysterious or in despair, or like all those dark feelings. So that song's totally metal. It's like, and it progresses like a progressive rock song would. And I also like the Soul Master boss theme.
Oh yeah, that one's
quite a bit. Yeah, that used to normally, or that's my favorite boss. But it might be because of the music. Like when I first played him, he had no sound effects or no music. So it was really kind of it was an interesting fight. But then when I played him again with his intro and how it the music and the music's, or the sound of him appearing and the music starting and all the all those noises he does, like it just like I was in love. I was like, this boss is amazing. And the only other one that tickled me so was the Sealed Vessel Hollow Knight battle, with how he starts stabbing himself, and the music, the depressing
Mm-hmm.
You know, music kicks in. I'm just moved by it. Um, yeah,
Oh
it's
my
I know
god.
it sounds weird, but I love that stuff. Like
Hey, the game
that's my
changed
jam.
people's life, dude. So I mean, it seems some
Yeah.
people have devoted half their lives now to this franchise. So
Every time I see someone play that boss for the first time and they don't notice that he starts stabbing himself, it pisses me off. Because I'm here I'm like this when you first see that you're just kind of taken aback, like, wait, what's going on, you know? And those questions to me are what make that fight so compelling and interesting. And so when I see they like run away and they're healing while he's doing it, you know, and they're like, oh, well, he's not attacking right now, sweet. And I'm just like, oh, you know,
I have that same
you're
stuff
missing
with.
the lore.
Yeah, I have that same pet peeve with reaction YouTubers in general because I usually just watch them either to like watch the video they're watching or like see their reaction. Basically, their reaction meaning I want to seek the approval that other people react the same way that I do and want to look, oh, look, hey, they react in the same way that I do. Very interesting. Haha, funny. That is the only reason I watch like these reaction YouTubers, and when they like miss a moment or something, or like they
Yeah, a
talk
big
over a
moment.
moment and something, and I'm like, what?
Yes. Yeah, but that's, that's the magic of the internet. You
Yeah,
got to take the bad with the good.
only fucking reason I tuned in. But hey, sure, dude. Just
Yeah,
what is it?
you watch them for 20 hours and then they get to the last boss fight and then they miss the thing you were hoping they would react to.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh,
Just
man.
hey, nothing personal, but just quite a pet peeve. But well, anyway, so if I recall correctly, Greg, playtester, in the main HallNet main Discord said that from what he can tell, Silksong is going to be better than the original Hall Knight. But would you personally say that it's harder or as hard if you I don't know if you can mince the words so that it
Hmm. I will
doesn't look
defer to
too.
Greg on that question.
Okay, so we have to ping Greg on that one.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're gonna go, hey man, Leth told me you can tell us if blah blah blah. I'll have to
Get
bookmark
him, guys, get
this.
him.
Yeah, like
No,
no,
don't do it.
I did. I never said that, but I'll let Greg be the one to tell you. I
Greg
mean,
is now
he's
our only open source. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we've basically covered it. I'm thinking if I have any questions. Well, this is the part of the interview where you, the interviewee, can ask some questions that you might have to us, if you have any. If not, then the segment
Hmm.
died. So
Well, how's your guys' day been going? What did you just wake up for this
I set
interview?
my alarm. I
Oh man.
went to sleep at 10 p.m. and then I set my alarm to 1:45 a.m. and then I just woke up and drank some tonic water as I usually do, and then I read a bit on my McKinley biography, and then I just sat in front of the PC until now. So that's
Okay.
basically the gist of it. Mythreel, how's your day been? If you can answer.
It's been pretty good. I just went to school and yeah, that's basically all I did.
The basic
Talked on
stuff today.
Discord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty basic. Yeah, indeed.
Someone asked what are our thoughts on like fan arts and fan games or fan projects and mods and things. I
Mhm.
mean, that kind of. I mean, I bet you can imagine my point of view. It's like I'm for all that. It's like
Mhm.
if people are that passionate about the game, they're gonna make their own take on it and share it, and people it just tells people about Hollow Knight, in my opinion. It's free advertising,
Yeah.
and it from the purely marketing perspective, I mean, it's more than advertising. It shows what kind of impact you had on people. It demonstrates it, so it's a lot of fun. I will say
Yeah.
that we don't like it when people, uh, steal our work and put it on the
Profit
App
off of it.
Store.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
But
Shady
you know,
downloads again, yeah.
so we have to take action against those, and we are, of course, doing that. But
Boom,
um,
denied. Phew.
there's a clear line and distinction between a fan doing something that is sort of like a love letter to Team Cherry and someone who would probably prefer we didn't know about what they were doing.
Well, we had all of that one, yeah. We had quite a few ones of those, like Quirrell fan games. Those have been pretty topical, I would say. I joined in one, and now they've come to the point where it's just like, we probably won't do a game, but we're going to post fan art, which is totally fine by me because then I don't actually have to look at the Discord anymore because I'm in way too many Discords anyway. So that's fine by me. And another one, I think Tide Tail or something. That one is now doing a different game, not Whole Night related, and there's still the Pale Court mod, which is supposed to come sometime. So yeah,
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
that looks pretty radical. Yeah, I must admit. I mean I don't have Whole Night on the PC, so for me it means basically nothing. But if I would someday ever get it, then I might check it out. I might just watch videos of it or something. So yeah, well, good. Well, if you have any questions, again.
This was just thanks for doing this. I had a lot of fun watching people ask all the questions they were asking, and thankfully there's some that you chose not to do. So I kind of
I was just I deleted some because some of them were just like either complete idiotic, like I mean, guys, I mean, not all of you are going to watch this video, and probably the people I mean by this like little statement of mine are probably not going to even watch the video. But he's not giving out the release date. Come on, I mean, it's like the most obvious shit. Like, why do I have to explain that anymore? Like, well, I guess that's just it's just part of the problem. But I mean,
That's okay.
development's probably going good. All of them are healthy. Nothing catastrophic happens. So just be patient. I don't know. Read a good book. Go to college or something. I don't know.
That's actually, I mean, if I could take a second to touch on that, because
Sure. Hey.
we everyone's fine in the team. We got through the COVID.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, no problem. Just okay.
Everyone's fine except Mythreel. But we we got through it. Worked from home most of the time, and there's been no issues with that, with development or with the team members, and myself included. So it's I don't. The only reason why I wanted to bring that up is because this message might reach an audience that hadn't seen us talk about this in the Discord, over the last few months. So if you're hearing this for the first time, all is well here, and we're alive. I get emails every day. Are you guys still alive? So yes. Jeez. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we're fine. We're safe and working hard. But thank you for the concern. It is touching, but it's also
no problem.
Yeah, it's I just wanted to take a second just to get that message out here onto YouTube through your channel.
Hey, you can talk about it as long as you want, because anything that justifies me tagging this video as Silksong related is always always appreciated. So I can put the spoilers again, the title. So
no problem.
That's good. Also, again, thank you for coming onto here. If we were here in the physical world, I would probably give you some blue cheese or roses or something, but sadly I'm only able to give you an upvote on Reddit, so that's everything I have to offer. So
I'll take it.
Yeah, thanks for coming. This has been a great opportunity to answer some much needed questions like what's your favorite color and how has your day been. So that's everything. That's all my questions covered. So I don't know about Mythreel, but I'm totally satisfied with this one, and I want to thank you for coming again. It's been great. It's been about 1 hours. Wait, no, 1 hour 40 or something, I think. So that's definitely enough content to stretch for a few uh, years. So
Yeah, thanks for having me. I was excited about it. Thank you for reaching out and asking me if
oh, that's
I
no
come
problem.
on.
It was utopian thinking that you would actually answer. So hey,
That's true. Sometimes, like most of the time, I don't answer those private DMs. So stop messaging me.
okay. So no
No,
emails,
no,
no DMs, guys. Come on.
yeah, no,
Get your act
it is
together.
true. It is true. It's a hit or miss with me if I'm gonna respond, but because I just get some messages where it's like, okay, okay,
Is game coming out? Tell me now.
yeah, but um, yeah, in spite of the fact that I'm always offline, but I don't really mind it as long as you guys don't mind me not getting back to you. Then it's.
Hey, we can wait. As a famous song says, "I can wait forever" or something. For 1,000 years or something. Whatever that song. I forgot that song. Well, we can wait forever. That's no problem. I,
It'll be worth the wait. Don't
I mean,
worry.
except for Fireborn, he still hasn't accepted my friend request. So.
Come on, Fireborn.
Well, whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna get personal over that one. So this has been a great opportunity. So if you want to check out Leth's Twitter, then links in the description below. I don't know. Should I link anything else from you or?
No, that's
That's cool.
that's that's what I got out there. Is my Twitter is my main deal. So
Good.
yeah, you follow me
Maybe
on
the
there if you
website.
want.
Yeah. Whatever.
I mean, I
Okay.
mostly tweet about the games I'm working on, as most of you know, and then sometimes some other indie games and pixel art stuff. I'm a sucker for pixel art, and maybe soon I'll be tweeting about my own game. We'll see.
It's gonna be interesting to see. So, guys,
Yeah,
stay excited for that one. Stay hyped, and we thank you all for coming to this podcast of ours, and we shall speak to you guys soon. Your final goodbye, some catchy catchphrase that you wanna just pop out in the ending, like delighted or bing
thanks for
bong
having
goodbye.
me.
Yeah, okay, I guess that one
Oh,
will do.
thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Well, the pleasure's on our side, so farewell, dear viewer. And